I'm Phillip.
I'm Carrie.
You gotta do it like.
Like what?
I'm Phillip.
I'm Carrie.
Yes,
That's
Kai.
Kai.
What is going on, good people? It is your weekly episode, Living on the Edge. Oh, I gotta get my mojo back.
Keep getting interrupted by your children.
Look, today we wanted to talk with you about balance, and I wanted to talk about this because this lady right here is like, hey, Mon. Now, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if you've ever seen the TV show Hey Mon, but in Living Color, they used to have this segment called Hey Mon, and the thing with Hey Mon was they had like 50,000 jobs. The guy was a roofer, a plumber, an electrician. He was a police officer, a mailman. He was a handyman, a bicycle rider, and a contraptionist.
Contraptionist.
He was a whole lot of things, and the truth of the matter is, in our lives, we play different roles. And when I think about my wife, she plays 100,000 different roles. As a mother, as in her job, she comes home, she's the chef. She does laundry, she does all these different kinds of things. She's a dog or a taker out or person type thing. So we do a whole lot of things, and I'm sure there are some of you who have 100,000 things that you're responsible for and that you do. So I wanted to talk today about how do you do that in life? Like how do you balance it? And I'll speak specifically about you. What do you do?
In order to balance, you have to be balanced on the inside. And one of the things that I try to do is not only as I make investments into others, I only have as much to give as I have on the inside of me.
Right.
And so it's really important to me. I have a routine that I've really gotten into, especially at the beginning of this year. Get up every morning and I journal and I read my word, the word of God, the Bible. That's what keeps me balanced. Then, I go about getting my day together. And then at the end of every day, I always try to have a workout. That's important because I'm only, as fit on the inside as I'm fit on the outside, and there's a lot that physical fitness does for you mentally, and emotionally. So I make that investment in self, and then every night I read something, spiritual. Again, more Word of God, put it in there. Take notes and journal, and then also I also am reading something that's more associated with work, something that's about leadership, team building, those sorts of things. So just pouring a lot into myself because, I have to pour a lot into others because I'm a mom of 5. So that's how I do it, is just by pouring into myself and being intentional about taking the time. And, never looking at, I think in the past, I've always looked at it, I'm too busy to do that. And I have too many other responsibilities, but I have too many other responsibilities not to do that. So you need to hear that. You have too many other responsibilities not to make an investment in yourself, because if you don't invest in yourself, nobody else is going to. It's just not going to happen.
Right. So let me ask you this, because I want to rewind back just a little bit. You said something, and I thought it was pretty powerful. You said, you can only give out what you have on the inside of you. And, the picture that I think about it is a car, right? It can be the best car. It can be a Ferrari, Testarossa, Lamborghini, an Audi A8, black on black with the black on the... Anyways, I like the Audi. I like the Audi A8, right? So it can be any of those things, but without any gas, it's no good. And the truth of the matter is, just like us, we can be great. I mean, have potential, have awesomeness, have all that stuff on the inside of us, but without any gas, without some substance being poured into us, we can't go anywhere. Could you elaborate on that just a little bit?
It's about what you put into you, because you're going to get out whatever you put in.
Right.
It's GIGO, garbage in, garbage out, good stuff in, good stuff out. It's all up to you, whatever you put into it. But you won't have any go juice, so to speak, if you're not being intentional and not putting that in. The other thing that's important, and I do this, is I try to surround myself with people who are going in the same place, going in the same direction, because it's counterproductive to find yourself involved in relationships with people who aren't trying to go in the same direction that you're going in. So I love the concept of team.
Yeah.
And I think it's important to surround yourself with a team of people, just like I was saying, people who are going in the same direction. So people who have the same mission, the same vision in life. John C. Maxwell said in his book, I think, The 21 Irrefutable Laws of leadership. He made a comment. He said you can do 2 things with people on your team. You can either train them or you can trade them. And we don't necessarily train our friends, so to speak. But when I look at that, I look at someone who has a teachable spirit, someone who not only wants to be taught, but is as a lifelong learner, but someone who also wants to teach others. So when I'm looking at people to surround myself in my life and people to be in a relationship with, I look for people who can make an investment in me. So it can, whether it's a friend, or I think everyone should have a mentor, someone who is either in the line of work you're already in, or someone who's in the line of work you want to be in, or maybe they have a marriage or a relationship that you see as something that you would aspire to have. But you have to surround yourself with those people who want to pour into you. Right. Was it Paula Abdul? She said, "What have you done for me lately?" No, that was Janet Jackson.
Yeah,
Janet Jackson says, "What have you done for me lately?" I mean, and relationships, they're give and take, right. or hopefully they're not give and give. But you do want to have someone who's poured something into you, right. into your life, not just you constantly giving to them, but they're putting something in your life. And so I always tell people, when you're looking at your relationships, is it mutually beneficial? Right. It's not just one-sided, but is your relationship mutually beneficial? Because if it's not, it might be something that's sucking more life out of you than it's really helping you. And you may need instead of train, you may need to trade. Right. And there's some people in our lives that maybe we need to trade out for. And I mean, that's sad, but relationships, they come and they go. Right. But there can be people in your life that are really just draining you, and they're not going where you're going. They don't think how you think. And it's just really, again, it's counterproductive to have individuals like that in your life and being in relationship with them.
So you said the first thing is making sure that you stay filled up, right?
You pour into yourself. You make an investment into self.
The second thing then is surrounding yourself with a team, right? Or having people that are going in the right direction, or the same direction that you're going. Right. The other key theme that I've continued to hear you speak about, especially when you talk about filling yourself up, how does your faith play in being able to get all things accomplished?
Wow, faith is so critical. And like I said, I start my day with reading the Word of God. I finish my day with reading the Word of God. He and I have been doing a prayer journal together, writing our prayers and then reading them to each other. So everything, without faith, there is nothing. Right. Number one, without faith, the Word says it's impossible to please God. Right. My whole reason for being is to bring pleasure to God. I mean, I truly believe that. But there's a great exchange for that, because what's pleasing to God is also pleasing to myself. And so my faith never comes back to me void. Right. It never returns to me void. So whatever I pour out, God is a generous, loving Father that He pours back into me even more. Right. And with everything that we do, I have to, there are times where I get overwhelmed. I'm a mom of 5. I work in law enforcement full time. I'm a personal trainer. I do that part time, 3 or 4 days a week. I do some security details. I mean, I'm running. And I try to keep myself full, but if I don't have the faith, that's my fullness. Right. My faith on full is, my gauge being all the way on full. Right. And so if I don't have my faith on full, then, I'm empty and I have nothing to rely upon. So even when I know I'm not enough, I know that God is enough. And that's key. I'm not enough. I'm going to mess up. I mean, I'm going to make huge mistakes. I'm going to be embarrassed, ashamed. I'm going to be hurt. I'm going to be frustrated. I'm going to be all those things. But I have to just learn to laugh and shake it off. Right. Because I believe in God. And He gives me the faith to know that, no, you're not able, but I'm able. So my faith in someone who's more able than me, and that's Jesus Christ.
I love it. Hey, listen, this is Living on the Edge. Today we're talking about balance. How do you find it? How do you do all of the stuff that you got to do? You heard it this week from her perspective. Next week you'll be hearing it from my perspective. So I'm telling you right now, tune in. And as my man Tigger says, turn up. And oh yeah, if you have not subscribed to this channel, make sure you subscribe to the channel. What are you waiting for anyway? You should have already clicked the button called subscribe. Right next to the subscribe button, there is a little bell. You hit that bell, and every time that we have something that pops up, you'll get the notification. So please make sure you do that. Last but not least, make sure that you
share this video with all your friends. Share it on Facebook, share it on Twitter, YouTube, Snapchat, wherever you share. Please share.
Go on and share.
Go on and share. It's nice to share.
It is nice to share.
It's a good virtue to share. Teach your children. Share.
Share.
Sharing is caring.
That's it. We'll talk to y'all next week. Peace.
Peace.